Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Tonight we are cooking dinner. We're going healthy. It's called vegetable curry. There's quite a lot of ingredients, so I've been slicing and dicing and chopping and measuring, etc., etc. And this is what we need. There's quite a lot there. This is going to serve 6. You can serve it with rice or mashed potato if you want, but it's got potato in it, or just serve it up as just in a bowl as is, like a casserole or a stew. So come on in, I'm going to show you what we're doing. Okay, so first up I'll tell you 2 ingredients and then I'm going to get those started. So first up, we've got 450 grams of new potatoes which I've peeled. I didn't weigh them. I asked for 450 grams, so hopefully that's what I've got. Because I've peeled them, I've just left them in water so they don't go all gross. And 500 mils of water. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop these into a saucepan, which I've got on the stovetop. And we also need another saucepan to cook the rest in. So in goes our 500 mils of water, and in goes our potatoes. Yeah, plop, plop, plop. Probably could have done with the smaller saucepan, I don't really know. Anyway, I'm going to get that on for 20 minutes and I'm going to be right back. So I used to put a bit of salt in with it. It's entirely up to you if you want salt in it or not. So once they come to the boil, we're going to pop that timer on for 20 minutes. Okay, so the other ingredients, we don't need that. That's just had potatoes in it. Okay, we're also using 50 grams of margarine, 1/4 cup of oil. I've gone with olive oil. 2 onions which I've chopped. 2 tablespoons of curry powder. A pinch of paprika. I haven't measured that out merely because that's just literally a quick shake. 1 red capsicum de-seeded and sliced. That's that one. 1 green capsicum de-seeded and sliced. That's that one. 4 zucchini sliced. That's them. 4 tomatoes quartered. 1 clove of garlic crushed. I've cut it up, but I haven't crushed it yet. That's just here. That was a large clove, so I've cut it into quarters. 1 tablespoon of desiccated coconut. That's that one. 2 tablespoons of flour, unless it specifies. Flour will always be plain flour. 1 chicken stock cube. I'm going with Old Faithful OXO chicken cube. They're yum. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Now, normally I use Lego's tomato paste, one of the 4 sachets here. 1 sachet is 2 tablespoons. Fortunately for me, I can keep this 1 sachet because previous me, I must have only used 1 tablespoon for something and left that in the bottom of the freezer. So I'm using that and saving that. So I was very happy to find that. 1/3 cup of sultanas. And salt and pepper, which will be to taste. Alright, so now that you know what's going on here, it will serve 6, and you can serve it with boiled rice or whatever you want. As I said, by the time I'm eating this, it'll probably be nearly time for breakfast. Just joking, it's not that late. So we're going to get a saucepan, give it a spray, because that way when we go to wash it, it will be easier. That one's nearly empty, which is cool. Alright, so come on over to the stovetop because while the potatoes are cooking, we're going to get started on the rest. Let's roll. Okay, so I've got the timer on for the 20 minutes for the potatoes, so you will see them bubbling away in the background. I will occasionally check on them and make sure they're cooking, which is what I need them to do. So in the meantime, we're going to get started on the rest. So pop that onto high temperature. In goes your 1/4 cup of oil of choice. If you want to use vegetable oil, use vegetable oil, whatever you want to use. And in goes that margarine as well. I suppose you could use butter if you don't want to use margarine, but since I don't use much margarine anyway, I'm happy to use this. I don't know what's going on with those, but anyway, they're all good. Alright. So in goes that. We're going to melt that away. Alrighty. I didn't want to put any salt in with that. You can, but I don't really think you need to. And we are keeping the water from this as well, so we don't, once it starts to come to the boil, we actually want to turn it down because we need to keep some water. Alright, so while that's happening, heat the margarine and oil together in a pan, add the onion and cook for 5 minutes until brown. In you go, onion. Alright. Give it a good stir. Alright, so once you get everything all prepared, the good thing about doing this recipe is take some time to get everything prepared because you can literally, as you saw my bench, it looked like chaos, but it's organized chaos, as I always say. Organized chaos is better than out of control chaos. So I can literally just go over and check the recipe and go, oh, okay, grab for this, let's go, chuck it in. You could do this one in the slow cooker. I was almost going to do it in the slow cooker last night so I could have that delicious aroma through the night, but the problem was by the time I got home and got stuff done, it was too late and I wanted some sleep. So that's why I'm doing it for dinner tonight. All right, now the potatoes are boiling. I'm going to turn that down to 3 because I need to retain some of that water. All right, I'm going to be back soon. Okay, the onion's getting really hectic there and it's getting super hot, so I'm going to back it off to 3. We want to get the curry powder in now so we can really get that fragrance coming through. Oh, there's that smell. If you could smell it, you'd be going, ah, that's the curry smell. Alright, pinch of paprika. That's a big pinch. And use whatever paprika you like. I was going to use smoked paprika, but I thought I'd just go for regular ground paprika. I've also got, what's the other paprika I've got? Smoked and ground. I don't know. I thought I had 3 paprikas. I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Probably. Anyway. Use whatever paprika you're happiest with. Oh, I think I had a mild paprika as well. Anyway. Too many choices. Like everything now. Too many choices. Alright, that's smelling delish. Potatoes are bubbling away beautifully. Alright. Let's whack it in. Alright. Add the capsicums. Red light, green light. Not really. That's good. That's all sweating away beautifully. Check that out. Cool. All right. In go the zucchini. There's a lot of zucchini there, as you saw in my intro when I was showing you what's what. That's 4. When you're buying zucchini, try not to buy super big ones, because otherwise you're going to end up with a lot of zucchini. And we just want to really, after each addition, get that curry over them so that as they start to cook, they're really going to become flavoursome. There's too much zucchini, but that's what it is. That was the recipe. What can you do about it? The tomatoes, which is good because the tomatoes might start to get a little bit of moisture into that. Yes, we had to cut them into quarters. You can cut them up more if you want. This might be one time where I would have been better off with the larger pot. I have not used the larger pots for ages, and my slow cooker would have been awesome as well. Alright. Sort of looks like a salad. It's not a salad, by the way. Alright, get that garlic, chuck it in the press. Whoops, don't chuck it in like that. We've got to crush it. Sausage. Yeah. This is the last of that garlic that I said was starting to come back to life. Not literally, but it was trying to. That's the problem when you don't cook all the time. I'm going to have to try and look into a good way to preserve garlic cloves if I'm not using them all the time. Might be able to keep them in the fridge, I don't know. If anyone's got any handy garlic keeping tips, let me know. Probably I'll find something out, but since I don't have to deal with it today, I'm not going to put that ahead of what else I've got to do for the rest of the evening before I go to bed and get up and do it all again. Alright, garlic. If you would like extra garlic, put more garlic in. As I said, that was 1 clove and that was a large clove. That was why I had to cut it into 4. Alright, we're getting some veggies in there. There's your serves of veggies for the day. We are also adding our coconut and our flour. Poo, 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 poo. In you go. In you go. Alright, now the good thing is the veggies are starting to sweat, so they are making a little bit of a sauce. Obviously things like zucchini and tomato and that, they've got a lot of liquid in them as they melt, or cook I should say. Alright, cool. That one. Stock cube, tomato concentrate, and sultanas. Alright, I'm going to do the stock cube first because I'm doing it in order that the recipe tells me. Once we get all this in, we're going to cook it for 10 minutes. And here's the awesome fact and truth. The potatoes have got 7 minutes. So we're actually going to have our potatoes ready for when we need them. So exciting. I hate crumbling these stock cubes. I also hate dropping them on the floor as well. Yeah. If you're not a fan of chicken stock, you can probably get a veggie cube in, but I guess the chicken just gives it a little bit of a chickeny flavour. If you don't want chickeny flavour, just substitute it with a veggie, what do you call it? Stock cube. Thank you. Alright. Don't know if those are just a bit old or if they just don't like to be crushed up. Might be a bit of both, actually. Alright, I'm just going to give this a stir before I get the tomato paste in. Alrighty. We want this to start breaking down. Cool. Alright, in goes the tomato paste, which has been out of the freezer. So this is what I mean. Tomato paste, freeze it. Use half a sachet, which is 2 tablespoons, and freeze the rest. And then it's cool. No waste. Because whatever you cook it in, you're going to get it out of the freezer while you're preparing the rest of the dish. And even if you do put it in frozen, it's cooking. So it's going to defrost on its own. Win-win-win. In go the sultanas. Alright. We're all aboard other than salt and pepper. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and potatoes and the water, obviously. Obviously. We're 99% aboard. Alright. How are we looking? So, we are going to cook gently for 10 minutes. And we'll be back. Okay, so the potatoes are done. But we've still got 5 minutes left on this one. So I'm turning the potatoes off. And I truly can't see why it's asking us to keep the liquid. Other than, my only thought is to be actually putting it in with this. Because it is starting to make its own liquid. So I think I'm just going to put it in with that. And then I can really boil it up. And then, yeah, that'll be good. So I'm going to strain these. And then I'll be back. So I couldn't, as I said previously, I couldn't make sense of where the water was supposed to go. Why would it tell you to keep it if you're not doing anything with it? I have put a bit of water in and turned it up, and it is actually starting to break it down. So I'm just going to put the rest of the water in. We've got like 2 minutes before we're putting the potatoes in. So I'm just going to get this in. So this is just going to make it a bit thicker. That was the buzzer to say get your potatoes in. But as you can see, it's made it more liquidy. And when you make something more liquidy, everything does cook quicker. And you can sort of serve it more as a casserole if you don't want to serve it with rice. So I've cranked it up to 6, so I can't do much more than that. But as you can see, everything's really starting to break down now. So in go your potatoes. Alright, we're going to pop the timer on for another 10. And we'll be back. Okay, so it's had its 10 minutes. I've given it a stir. So as you can see now, with that water in, it looks more like a casserole, which is what I want. If you don't want that, don't put that water in. That's going to be the easiest way, because otherwise you're going to have to really boil this away. Now, if you was doing this in the slow cooker, you would have obviously just put everything in the slow cooker straight away. So you do need that water in the slow cooker because you're relying on a bit of liquid. So we're going to pop the pepper in. Crack some black pepper, as much or as little as you want. Don't even think much is coming out of this one. Good thing with this is this one's nearly gone. And I've got a new one there, which is good. I'll just put some of the new one in. Bugger it. There we go. I can see pepper now. Alright, and I'm only going to put a little bit of salt in because I feel like there's going to be salt in there from the stock cube. There we go. Alright, give that a final stir. And we're ready to dish up. As I said, if you're going to do some rice, should have already done that by now. If you haven't, then pop your rice on and just let that simmer a little bit longer so it can stay warm. Dish up, enjoy. Thank you for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been vegetable curry. I'm going to catch you next time. Bye.